you do have a 550, but you've been using it, it shows that either you don't pay stuff back, right? You be late. There is something with money that you're not doing responsible.
Right.
You know, you might got yourself in over your head. It's a lot of different things, you know. Maybe your parent put credit in your name. That's the situation. You know what I'm saying? But credit is a big indicator. So I definitely talk to women that I'm interested in about their credit. And just to see where it goes. And
now,
like
what point in the relationship is it okay to ask someone about their credit?
Only if I'm like once I start catching feelings, for me, and I start seeing a future with you, I ask the question. Because if we just having fun, all right, that's just, you do you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, like if you're seriously dating a person, but you only known them for a month, is it like are you comfortable asking them about their credit?
Yeah, I am. Because to me, it's a normal conversation for me.
Now, what about a woman asking you just, let's say,
I hope they do.
And as far as how much you make and all this other stuff, like
I'm open to that. Yeah,
because I would think that you don't want to do it too soon because she might sound like a gold digger or something like that.
Nah, like to me, let's say black community specifically, I don't feel like we have enough money conversations. Right, a lot of people are
going off feelings
and just hide information. Right, and maybe not on purpose, right? You could be ashamed of it. You could be not in the place you want to be. You may not want to help the next person. You know what I'm saying? You may feel like you're stunting on somebody, but because we're still not having these conversations, is why we're not growing. You know what I'm saying?
So you're looking at their credit. You're looking at the spending habits. What else are you considering during like the finances and stuff?
Saving. How long it takes you to get to a goal if we're talking financially.
What's their financial plan? Like in terms of like where you work at, like you don't have to work the best place, but what is your plan? Do I see you actively doing something to reach a better space?
Exactly. Especially if you're talking about it.
Okay.
Now, if you told me, hey, I'm working at McDonald's as a fryer person my whole life, I respect that. At least you know where you want to be, what you're willing to not do. I respect that versus saying, nah, I want to be the manager but not applying yourself at all to try to get there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's all goes apart. Now you want to have kids, this and third. It's all that plays. Money isn't the biggest thing, but it's a big part of everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We were having a conversation earlier just about child support, right?
Right.
And I think he brought up the topic that women, when we're dating a guy, like we consider his finances, you know, in terms of whether or not, you know, we would have a child with him, when there's other things that we should be looking at as well. So why do you think that is, that if you have any thoughts on it at all, that women will consider a man's finances before she considers his character alone when it comes to procreating?
Now, I don't know why y'all do that. Now, like I said, I expect for you to think of that, right? You're supposed to definitely have that in your consideration of like the providing aspect of the word. You know what I'm saying? It does take money to provide.
Right.
It's not the only thing to provide, but it does take money to provide. Now, I don't know the other part where this is why is money number one for y'all versus other things. I can't 100% answer that because, like I was saying, for our generation, I ain't telling our exact age, but if you're 30 and older, right? I feel like we're in that middle where we used to go outside, but now we also saw it transition to the technology only. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like women, you know, you think about like the great grandma stories, right? They were just happy to have a man that could come home, cook, provide, whatever. It wasn't like, you know, he had to have a job and all that, but that wasn't the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he take care of a home, he has a job, he this, that, and the third.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think even back our grandmothers wasn't like, he ain't got no job, I want him. Like it was more like,
but I don't feel like
the idea that he's providing, he's a good man.
I guess what I'm saying is, if a guy had a job, it was good. Versus like, you have a job, how much you make?
Yeah, but you're talking about women who didn't have any job. So like when I don't have a job, any guy that I meet that has a job is, you know, gonna look a lot better because at least you have a job. In my opinion.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
So like our grandmother, like not our grandmothers, but like that generation that was referring to, they weren't really. They were like house moms.
They start working at some point.
Yeah, like
and
I don't feel like
because like my mom was obviously a generation before me, right? I feel like in her generation they worked. My mom,
I didn't think you were talking about that young. I'm talking about like the 50 people born in the 50s.
Yeah, 50s. I agree with you, right? But I'm saying like, let's say the 70s.
Oh, the 70s, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. They were working by then. I feel like the appreciation of a job that a man had was higher than it is now. Cause like it's not even the.
Why do you think that is?
I like, I think it could be, society for one. One, obviously women are working for their, getting their own coin these days. So in
Wait,
comparison,
I'm sorry. You said the appreciation for a man having a job is higher.
back then,
Okay, so like,
because
you
like
don't-
put it like this.
it's more expected now. So is that it?
No. So let me explain. All right, I feel like I can't 100% prove, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say a man had a job, was a manager at McDonald's back in the day, right? You like, oh shit, you the manager at McDonald's, right? You having a job, you working.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't feel like they look at that as like your last stop. Like, all right, at least you're doing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus now, if you're not at the top of making 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some jobs pay, you might make 75,000, and you're on your journey to the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some women will look at like 75,000, ugh. Versus like, all right, at least
Are
this
those
man
the
has.
women who? And I'm not saying it's okay,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying are those the women that are making more than 75,000? Are going to look at this man like, hey, I need you to.
I can't tell. I can't specifically tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like in a range of women. Obviously, I'm not talking about all women. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I feel like financial, like how much do you make? What are you doing? Is more important than like I see you have a job and you're trying to get somewhere.
I think for women it's more so like just our security alone. We're like, the more you make, the more financially secure we possibly feel, especially when.
Why if you're in it though?
What do you mean I'm in it?
Because the way you said it, and this may not be how you mean it, right? If we're dating, is how secure we are.
But no woman wants to feel like she's holding this relationship down financially. So that's why.
And that's why not. And that'd be a problem. That'd be a problem.
They weren't doing that when we would compare ourselves to the women in the 50s and the 70s. They weren't doing that back then.
We said evolution, right?
So we should evolve into being okay with carrying the relationship financially.
No, listen to what I'm trying to say. And this is what I'm trying to say right here. You're more worried about the finance. There's other things that go with part of this relationship, right? Mm-hmm. So you're letting one category out of all these lists be the main determining factor. Because I'm not saying he don't make. Let's say you make 80,000, he makes 60. You looking at this nigga down because you make 20 more thousand than him?
I mean, I personally
together y'all make one. No, I'm just saying.
Me, I personally.
Yeah, I'm not saying you, but together, right? Y'all make 140.